I don't know. How is everybody today? Welcome to the Deluise Book Series. I'm Kristina, Kristina. This is the Deluise Book Series where we talk about books, read books, talk books. There are no special effects. There's no drop-ins. There's no editing. There's nothing going on here. I have no bells and whistles. I would really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know I'm doing a good job, because all I'm doing is reading books and talking about books. There's no special stuff going on here. Today we are doing Homicide by Kaitlyn Dunnett, book 8 in the Liss Maccrimmon Scottish mystery series. There are some things. This book is a really quick moving book, and there are some things I don't like about it. I guess I've read too many books where the books take place in a relatively close period of time. There apparently, you're not told this, but it's obvious by some stuff that has happened, that there has been 4 years between this book and the last book. And a lot of things have happened off stage. The sheriff, what was his name? Jeff Thibodeau had a heart attack and has retired. Sherry and Pete have had a second child, and Amber is 4 years old, and Adam is now 8, pushing 9 years old. So, and Liz and Liss and Dan have decided they will not have children. That's kind of a little depressing there, being a person who's unable to have children herself. But anyways, so the book starts off that her childhood high school friend, Liss's high school friend, comes to town and wants to give Liss an all-expense, weeks-paid vacation at the Christmas farm that her great-grandfather owned. And he's disappeared 7 years ago, and he's finally been declared legally dead, and the family can do something about this estate. So Gina wants Liss to go. And the whole thing feels of set up to me. Major big set up to me. Simon Stowe went missing 7 years ago. Steve Wilton is the town messenger. Philippa Crockett is the town dispatcher. Andy Dutton, who we think is Andy as a gentleman, but apparently it's Andrea who's taking care of the place. Her mom is a little on the iffy side. Wyatt Pruvy is the chief of police, and Michael Jennings is the deputy. Rowena Leckenbill owns the occult shop. Harlan Woolgar is a retired real estate agent. So they start, looking into things around the place. And Liz, she can't help but investigate possibly what happened to Simon. And she goes through all that, and people automatically, the minute she walks in town, they're all giving her a hard time. It's like, they just came to visit. They're just here for a week. What are you getting upset? You don't want my business? Aren't you? You're a small town. You should appreciate a little tourist business. And they all give her a really hard time. And then Dan has a slip and fall in the supermarket parking lot, which turns out it wasn't exactly an accident. Someone poured cooking oil. So her and Dan are up there alone, and she's emailing Sherry, her pal, who is now the new chief of police since Mr. Thibodeau has retired. And so her and Pete decide to come up and spend a few days with them and check out what's going on. And they end up getting embroiled in what is going on. And then they discover that some of the Christmas trees were buried in a certain way, so it formed a maze. And when she mentioned this briefly in town, and the word spreads, I don't know where the word spread, but somebody was told, because that night, should I say, the maze is set on fire. And Armand Kessel, the fire investigator, said he's pretty sure that it was arson because he could smell gasoline. And Sherry has a very uncomfortable encounter with Wyatt Purvey, the chief there. He's like, this is not your jurisdiction. You need to stay out of my business. It's being handled, the whole 9 yards. He gets really obnoxious with her. And then Liss calls Gina, you know, and she tells her what's happening. And then Gina's like, oh, no, you can't leave. You can't leave. I'm going to send you a box. I'm going to send you a box. Or I have sent you a box. But it turns out she didn't send the box before the phone call. She sent the box after the phone call because she didn't want Liss to leave until Liss solved the mystery. But she's not telling Liss that. She's not telling Liss the whole reason she sent her to the place was to solve the mystery of the murders. Because there was a guy found murdered in New York. Apparently, there's that net thing that they used to put Christmas trees in so you can take them home with you in the top of your car. And apparently, they put the tree and they put the guy in the tree and then they put the net over both the guy and the tree, and the guy suffocated to death. What are you doing, Smokey? What are you doing? She likes to play with paper. Yes, you're looking all innocent over there. She hates to appear on camera. So, Liss, when the package comes from Gina that was supposedly mailed before she called the phone call, she confronts Gina, and Gina's like, oh, my secretary must have just mailed it later. Lies. It's not till later when the whole thing's said and done that Gina confesses what she did. So then Mike Jennings, the deputy, shows up and tells Sherry that he has been told to tell her to stay out of the investigations. Mike says there might be an agent involved, and he also let it slip that there's an investigation on the sheriff, or the chief, Wyatt Purvey, on whether or not he's a dishonest cop or not, who has allowed citizens to continue to break the law for the last 20 years. While Sherry's in the supermarket, she pulls out a picture of John Doe, the guy in the Christmas tree, and someone recognizes him as the pervert. And someone says that he was first seen in town in a huge black car, and he was looking for a dojo, one of those Japanese karate exercise type places. And then Rowena remembers she has some pictures of Simon, and she wants Liss to take them. So they go to the storage unit, and when they go to the storage unit, they find Simon's body. And then the whole thing goes to kaplooey. So to find out who set fire to the house, because someone sets fire to the house, who tries to get rid of them, sets fire to the Christmas trees we already talked about, and who killed the guy in New York with being wrapped in the tree, who killed Simon, and who killed Rowena's fourth husband. To find out all of that, and to find out what happens to some of the people and who really done it, because some people are arrested and they really didn't do it. It was other people framing them. And I found it was really cold that when Liss went to tell the child of Rowena that Rowena was arrested because she just happened to be there when the body was found, her kid was like, well, of course she did it. And I felt that was really horrible of a child to say that. And it turns out that Rowena really didn't do it. Someone else did it. And it was a frame job. So, Ho Ho Christmas, a really quick read, really flows really good. Didn't take but a couple hours. It's book 8 in the series. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going on with it or not. I'll have to think about it. I've got a couple of the books first. And we'll have to check it out. The Ho Ho Homicide by Kaitlyn Dunnett. Thank you. Have a good one. Please hit the like and subscribe. Thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Thank you.